Good morning, Pittsburgh. We all need a big injection to feel good this morning, and we got it for you in the form of 4 fabulous performers, friends, just all around good people. Put your hands together for Miss Rachel Mina, Ruth Connell, Kim Rhodes, and Briana Buckmaster.
We can make it if we try, just the 4 of us.
All 4.
You and I, just the 4 of us. To the castles in the sky, just the 4 of us.
The 4 million castles.
You and I. There they are. The dream team right there.
Fucking furniture.
Okay, you know what? I want everybody to understand. Ruth needs an explanation because I want you to understand something, Ruth. We're not animals. Mike's not made of stone. Billy is, touch and go, but typically he's nice. We're gentlemen. We would have those chairs ready for you. The problem is, Briana keeps kicking them.
Don't you fucking blame me, Richard.
Well, I just feel bad for the chairs. So
We don't. I've seen what you do to those chairs in your spare time.
We hit the chairs.
We're worried about the front row. She almost took out the
Are
front row.
you guys scared? Thank you.
Yeah,
You
they're
can
not
go
scared.
fuck yourself.
They don't have to work with you backstage.
Hey, good morning to you too.
Bye. You can go now.
Bye, everybody. By the way, the hashtag is number good time. Enjoy yourself. Bye, kids.
What did he just say?
Good
It's okay.
fucking morning.
It's okay.
Hey, you.
That's our word of
He
the
said
day.
nothing but a good time.
Oh, okay. Thank you, all right. I don't understand what Pop Pop says this early in the morning.
His mustache hides his words.
How are you guys? Are you having fun? Because this is the best part for me of the
And
whole
for
convention.
me.
Yes.
Also, panels are so easy when there's 4 people. You're like, I don't know, Ruth? Good morning.
Anyone who's ever done a panel with me knows that you can just throw any question to me because I will nerd out and go on.
Awesome!
Well, historically, the way it connects.
This is a different room than last time, right?
Yeah, yes.
Good morning.
Last time, remember, Ruth, last time it was like the hanger, the airplane hanger, and the walk of shame.
And your ass against the window.
No, it's Kim's ass.
my ass,
on
her
those.
Sorry. It's coming
People
back.
get
It's all
those
coming back.
confused in us all the time. Yeah.
You're the tits and you're the ass.
Because she actually is the tits and I actually am the ass. But when we're flashing her butt, my boobs. Probably because my boobs are so small, I'm not worried you'll see anything.
That's what I used to, I've done quite a lot of nudity on film and stuff, and I was surprised that I always get the compliment that, wow, that was so brave. I really, when you have big boobs, you don't get the compliment, that was so brave.
You maybe get different compliments. Also brave, hey? Oh no.
I did nudity once in a play, and my dad came to see the play. And he handled it so well. Afterwards he said, I haven't seen you in your birthday suit since you were 4.
Did you go full Monty?
I had to.
That is what play was it?
It was called Faust.
Yeah.
And I had a white spotlight on me.
So
unflattering light.
From straight above. So all the shadows were like down here.
And it was weird. It's
my
weird.
nightmare.
I felt really clothed in the light, and I just chose to feel really clothed in the light. It was weird. I don't think I'll ever do it again, but I did it once.
It's done. Now it's done.
I had a whole period of my grad school, I think it was called my grad school, when I was just naked in anything. I was just, the first time I had to be naked on stage, and I realized that I suddenly became the most comfortable and powerful person in the room because I had nothing to fear. I was like, oh, I have nothing I need to worry about keeping between me and you because it's all gone. So I was taking my top off and everything. I think they sold all their tickets
I
for
think
everything.
you and I would have gotten along really well as teenagers. We just never would have worn clothes, ever.
Can I just say as well, like, the compliment about being brave, like, I nearly posted it, but I didn't get a chance to ask you first. The picture you sent, or text, of the kind of nudie picture from the past.
Oh yeah!
The beautiful, like, if
It was
you got it, flaunt it.
The crossed one, right?
Yeah.
I posted that.
There's two different ones.
I didn't never post the one with the nipple. But the one that doesn't have anything. Oh yeah. Oh no, naked is naked does. I was naked a lot.
Yeah, if I looked like you, I would be naked on
But
sorry? What? So sorry. What? I know you paid the most. And you just had the biggest fry.
You're getting the least.
Sorry.
Should we take questions?
No, I'm
Talking
just
about
talking about
being
being
naked.
naked. I've never been naked on stage.
Let's
I
all
have
just get naked.
had an orgasm on stage in front of my parents.
Nice.
At Porncouver, which is the supernatural convention in Vancouver. So you're welcome.
Rachel, yeah, you were pretty hot, man. You are pretty hot.
I orgasmed a lot in front of people.
I don't believe you.
so you worked on Disney Channel too. Disney After Dark is what we like to call it.
Let's do it. Dark Disney. Yeah. Pocahontas, as you've never.
Good morning.
Okay, now I think we should take some questions.
Welcome to BatchCon. Right, hello, good morning. What's your name, where are you from, what do you want?
Good morning. I'm Kevin.
Hi.
Question. With all these superhero movies coming out, if the four of you would do a movie, what would it be called? What will your team be named? And what will your powers be?
Wow. Oh my God, did you hear how dumb we are this morning? Yeah. That's freaking awesome. There you go. There you go.
You go.
Rachel's got this one. Rachel's got it.
I'll just drink my tea.
I was like, I'm still on the question she was asking you. I'm like, how did she say that so fast? And now you're asking me questions. Go, Rachel.
Okay, well, first of all, the movie has to be the Wayward movie because that needs to exist, and we all want more information about that. Right? We need to just be a kick-butt bunch of misfits, which we are.
Yeah, is it us or characters we would play? Because if it's me, Kim's magic superpower would be like ballistic fields. Right? Just like you're coming at me and I'm like, blah! And then just burst into tears.
And then I would glamorize everyone and make them look fabulous as it was happening.
And I think I'd have my superpower from yesterday. I was asked the question of the superpower, and apparently I want to make everyone happy, like immensely joyful. So I'm just gonna walk around like spewing joy.
Yep, you fix their tears.
And roofing their drinks.
What is happening to you this morning?
Who am I?
I haven't seen you in so long. You changed.
This is dark.
It's all it's just clitoris and roofies. You know what? The clitoris part I mentioned. That part is cool.
What's your superpower?
Oh, I think I just demonstrated it. Just fucking dirty talk. Awesome. Dirty talk and making the men on the circuit really uncomfortable. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you for your lovely, sane, respectful question. That
Yes, so we destroyed.
We did not deserve, we did not remotely deserve that lovely question.
But by the way,
Let that be a note to all of you and your questions this morning.
that's right.
This
I
will
should have
happen.
asked what your favorite superhero movie was, but okay. Can you shout it out? I can't sing it.
Deadpool! Oh yeah, that movie is dope.
That was so.
Crush on Deadpool. Morning, what's your name? Hey, where are you from? What the fuck do you want?
My name is Rebecca. I'm currently from Ohio. I move around a lot. And my comment is, you are all amazing women. And the question is, who have been big influences in your life? Who are your heroes?
Get it.
I like to answer this question and say my two grannies. I love my parents. Sometimes it's easier when there's a generational gap to have perspective. And one of my nanas, one of my grandmas was my nana, and she was a nurse, and in her spare time she was a Samaritan, which is she would answer the phones. That's a suicide helpline that's existed in Britain for a long time. And so I loved her kindness. And then my other grandma, her name's Ruby, and she was the only woman in the Scottish Football Association, and Alex Ferguson wrote about her in his book, and she was a feisty tartar. So I always feel really lucky that I had those two women, and they really were, especially Ruby was a matriarch, which is quite common in kind of Celtic culture. So I feel really lucky. And sincerely and truthfully, these ladies around me, genuinely, the more and more I learn about them, the more I'm inspired by them all the time. Really, not bullshit, true. That's my answer.
Me too for this. For as much as you genuinely see and love these human beings, I am gifted with 100 times more and receive and love so much from them. On top of that, I'm going to answer my daughter. She has no idea what she is to this planet.
The one who thinks you're an idiot?
Yes. Yeah. The one who lovingly, shamelessly, honestly calls me an idiot. Because she knows no matter what she says, I will love her. And that's how she approaches the world, is that she has no apologies for her truth. And God, that's inspiring to watch.
Obviously, the love is so strong within this group, and I am learning from these women more and more every day, and yeah, there's no question how much admiration is there. And then I just want to say that there's a certain spirit that I admire in humanity, and it's in each of us. So I love those moments when I see someone kind of be brave enough to break free of the indoctrination and the norm, and just do what you know in your heart is right. And so that's the spirit that I've always loved and admired. And it has existed in a lot of people that we might get more and we might notice more. So I absolutely admire Gandhi. Or like there are so many, Mother Teresa, or people who just went, no, I think the world should be this way. And I'm not gonna listen to what society tells me it should be. I'm just gonna do something different. So I've seen that in those larger personalities that we maybe got attention, and we learned about, but that exists in everyone. And so it's just on a daily basis whenever I see that is what sparks me and inspires me.
Well, I hate these bitches. I feel my heroes and my inspirations tend to shift and change as I grow older, and my aspirations change, and I change. But right now, I'm really inspired by women in media who are really standing up for what they believe in, and they're standing up for other women, and I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Jessica Chastain comes to mind.
Oh my God, she's the shit.
Yeah, and she is so strong and fearless in what she believes in, and she is risking so much and she's changing women's lives, and she's not doing it for a friend. She's doing it because it's right. And I aspire to be like that so badly. And I think that we're so lucky to have women like that who are loud and proud in what they're doing, and hopefully we can all do more of that.
To add to what you said, a lot of the awards in Hollywood get voted by the critics and the press. That's what the Globes are. And so she's a recipient of a Globe. And the Hollywood Reporter would be one of those papers. The Hollywood Reporter posted a picture of her with Harvey Weinstein, and they cropped out other people. And she called them on it. She said, "You've made this look like I was there with him on my own." And they retracted it and they said, "Sorry, Jessica." And put the whole picture back. And she went, "It's still not good enough because the title of your article is still implying XYZ, that it's still the women's fault," basically is what she was saying. I just thought, to call the Hollywood Reporter out and then to not just accept their kind of apology.
The damage was done.
Yeah, to keep going. I just absolutely couldn't agree with you more. And I think you all are, I see what you're doing, especially with the Wayward movement. I see what you're putting forward. And I do think you are being a voice. You're doing great. That's my opinion.
Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I've got a crush on Jessica Chastain.
Yes. I mean, what's not to love? Oh my God. Hi.
Hi. So my question is not going to be as great as that one was, but
Yes, it will.
for Kim and Briana, yesterday you guys talked about your characters getting the anti-possession tattoos, and just looking back into the fates of every female on the show that has gotten that tattoo. Would you maybe reconsider not giving your characters the death sentence for us?
Yes, is my answer to that. I didn't know that. See?
Well, but if I keep wearing plaid, they should cancel each other out, right?
I wear plaid now too. I'm good. We're fine. We'll be okay. I'll wear a temporary tattoo. Does that count?
I'd like to see the writers try that one this season. Yeah, go on, try us. Yeah, heart these two, come on. Come ahead.
Man, oh man. No, it's good. Loves it.
I still think Jodie's now actually been possessed. She probably thinks that it sucks badly enough she doesn't want to do it again. It wasn't fun. Yeah, right?
Hi, I was at yesterday's panel with Kim and Briana, and I wanted to ask the question again because that was the last question and I didn't really get the answer, which is okay. Doing the Wayward Sisters episode, what was how was it, and what was your favorite scene to shoot in that episode?
It was really fun, and it's hard. I loved all the action that we got to shoot. Most of it was action shots. That was pretty fun. I shot a shotgun that was so loud that literally the paint came off the walls. Literally. They were like, we gotta do it again, too loud. But I also loved shooting the dinner scene at the end, which was the very first scene we shot, and it was one of the only scenes with all of us in it. And I don't know, there's something so special about shooting the last scene first. Yadi wasn't in that scene, I take that back. But it was pretty funny. The girls wouldn't stop eating, which made me laugh. They would not stop eating, and Robin and Probs was just like, we only have so much Chinese food, which was true.
My favorite thing, my very, 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 very favorite thing about it, you probably do not know this. I loved shooting it. I loved playing with it. I wish we could, I think I've said privately, one of the things that I wanted for the show was to be able to include more people I love and work, we've never worked together. We work together here, but how much fun would it be to expand that? So that was some, so working with people I loved. And then all of the stuff on the boat, the big boat. Well, the big boat was way the fuck out there. It was so far out there, we all had to stay in a little hotel. And it was a little hotel. It was like a little Best Western out. And there were like signs that said, don't leave your door open because it's bear season. Welcome to Canada. We're shooting in Canada. And it ended up that we had to stay an extra night we weren't planning on. And Briana didn't have a room because she was only supposed to be out there one night. So she stayed in my room and we had a slumber party. And that was my favorite part of shooting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I like your persistence as well.
Yeah, I totally forgot because we're so wrapped up in that waxy cake that they brought out.
That was my fault, which they all have learned. Never, ever, ever let Kim start talking when things are on fire. That was yesterday's lesson.
Can I throw in like a weird Rachel question? I'm just gonna throw it out to the audience and walk away with it. So I was just thinking as you were talking, especially about like, so there's this shooting and the fighting monsters and stuff, and I don't know about you, but I still get that adrenaline rush thing, and I've always had that kind of little bit of a, I guess people used to call it in my day when I was growing up, a tomboy thing. But now I love that we can let go of the whole gender association thing. I love that feeling of being strong and succeeding and beating the monsters. But I was thinking about when you were saying like the dinner scene versus shooting and all these things, and I was like, you know what? It takes as much, having lived a lot of life now, like it takes as much or often more strength to make it through those moments of like those family dinners and do that right and just care for each other in the mundane seeming daily existence of life than it does to like punch the bad guy or whatever. And I was just thinking about like that is strength, and I guess we have to start changing that part of us that associates strength with those monster killing moments only, because we're always killing some monster and we're always beating that, and that takes so much more strength left.
Okay, Kim and I had actually been talking about this almost the entire weekend, is the stigma of strong female characters are always associated with violence. And I was like, what about the strength it takes to cry in the corner? Or cry on stage in front of people? Or sit with your family at dinner, like that also takes a lot. And so we need to lose the stigma of strong female characters, unless you're going to also associate that to strong male characters, because it's not equal otherwise.
And just also, not every female character needs to be strong. It's just good to have variation. Weak characters, flawed characters, difficult characters that represent all of humanity. That's what we want, right?
I think that we need to do away with the word strength and associate it to women, because I think we're more complex than that, you know?
I like it.
Yeah.
So these are, by the way, like, you know, little glimpse into the green room conversation.
Totally.
Meanwhile, okay, if you really want the full picture, add Mike Borja standing there and Stephen Norton standing there throwing a football back and forth. Now you know what our green room is. And one tiny sad little muffin that never gets eaten on the table, which I have now started taking pictures of. I'm going to start an Instagram called Lonely Muffin. I feel crummy. Because the muffin always gets left, and now I've started eating it about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. It's Nathan. My question is for all of you guys. If you, the one character that you can bring back from Supernatural, who would it be and why?
Meg.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty in agreement about
Meg,
that.
Charlie,
Meg,
Bobby.
they were back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, real Bobby.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm on a road trip with one of them, so
I know that's
Oh, right.
I'm down, like I'm cool. But Meg.
Meg.
And
yeah.
Kevin Tran.
Kevin Tran.
Just because I want to play with them.
I think it would be genius to have you back. Right. Just, why not? Come on.
You and Abaddon could come back hand in hand.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Pitch it, pitch it. Hi.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is Castiel, Bearer of the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought the other one this time. So my question is for Ruth and Rachel, who haven't answered this.
Can I touch your bear?
Yes, definitely.
Keep going.
So, what was your favorite childhood plushie, and do you still have him or her?
What's a plushie?
Stuffed
Animal.
Oh, I had a koala bear. And then it had a thing here, and you screwed it, and it played Waltzing Matilda. And I lost it. I lost, yeah, in the north of Scotland. I lost it, and I've never forgiven myself for losing him. Hello. What's your name, little baby? Okay, I've had a hug. No, I want to hug.
If I knew Waltzing Matilda, I would whistle it. Does anyone know actually Waltzing Matilda?
Waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And we sang, and we sang. It's not, I can't sing.
I know it, but I'm not going to sing it. I'm like, that's up to you. Not when you're sharing the stage with so many amazing voices. But in terms of my favorite toy, so I didn't have a favorite because I was worried that they'd be hurt. But
I actually could have guessed that.
I used to rotate and make sure I spent equal time with each one of my kids.
I love that.
Thank you.
Hi, I met most of you guys yesterday. So one after the whole David Hayden Jones debacle yesterday, I'm actually proud that Ruth actually has a Scottish accent.
I don't know. What was the debacle yesterday?
Yeah, what happened? We listened.
We found out David Hayden Jones didn't have a British accent.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No? Oh, that's adorable.
And then I also wanted to know what Harry Potter houses you guys believe that you're in, and if you disagree with each other, what houses do you believe each other would be in?
What, is this a hard question?
No.
This is a Rachel Kim question.
Yeah,
Okay. Rachel's gonna answer for me.
Take it away, girls. Yeah, I love that. Like, people know. I was asked at my panel as well. I'm Gryffindor. I know I'm
This
Gryffindor.
question.
because
Yeah.
You'd be great.
I know I'm Slytherin, but yeah, I would know that, right?
Rowena would be Slytherin, but
I mean, Rowena, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not actually Rowena.
But I'd say we were all in Gryffindor together, right?
I don't know.
I was put in Gryffindor, but I actually feel like I should at least be Griffin Puff.
Yes.
Like, I really like cookies and I'm kind of lazy. Quidditch is super cool and all, and I love riding and flying around, but whew, looks like a lot of work. I'll just go. I'm moral support and I have a lot of feels. Yay!
What's the puff one? What's it called?
Hufflepuff.
That's what Donna is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was told that. That's why it's familiar, but I don't know what I am.
I've gotten Hufflepuff once as like the anomaly when I was tested, or because I've taken the test.
Of course you have.
This is serious, y'all. This is the most serious question we've answered.
That's right. I've studied this. I have to answer, honestly. But Kim's awesome because she's like a Han Solo, where she's like, no, I'm not really good. But like when it comes to yes. Oh my god. No.
All you fuckers are on your own. All right, fine.
Kim Solo, everyone. Kim Solo.
Leave it to me. I will cross fandoms all over the place.
God, you are so smart. I'm always sitting next to you. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I was wondering what was the most embarrassing moment that has happened to you on the set of Supernatural?
I don't get embarrassed.
Oh, I have one. Okay. All right. So it's funny, embarrassing. It's funny because it's true. It's funny. All right. So when you have an explosion, shit goes all over the place. But sometimes you have to like shoot something later in the scene, but then go back and get this. So it's called a hot set. In other words, don't move anything because we need everything to stay where it is. So we have a hot set from shrapnel, and Sam's behind me. Jody has to walk through the thing. And so I walk through, and basically, all I'm thinking is don't fuck up the set. Like, get over there, don't fuck up. So I walk over, this is what I think I'm doing, and then I hear laughter. And like, big guy up here doesn't say his line. Big guy, your line, your line. I turn around. And Jared's doing this. He looks at me and goes, well, this is what we're doing, right? Like, it's a hot set! I wasn't supposed to touch anything!
That's awesome.
He was not wrong. I reviewed the tape. He had a very salient point.
My most embarrassing moment also involves the big one. And I was as close as I've ever been to his face, because it's quite far away usually. He was crouched down on the ground, and I've got his arm, and I'm squeezing his arm, I'm squeezing the blood out of his arm. It's a Werther project, so I'm doing this to Jared. And I'm like, Jensen, and I call him Jensen. And his response was, Jensen's got bigger biceps than me. So you gotta hand it to him, like I just betrayed him in his ear hole. And he came back with a quip. And it happens, right? When you're overwhelmed by two tall J's, and you say the wrong one in a moment enough.
Well, it wasn't even, you didn't even call him the wrong character name, you called him the wrong human name.
Yes. There was a lot going on in this
I feel ya.
There's a lot of feelings. Things are firing. And, one of my more fun, embarrassing moments was not on Supernatural set. It was on a film called High. When you're wearing short skirts, sometimes they put they don't know where to put your what's called a lavalier, the little mic attachment battery thing. And so I was wearing tight clothes and short skirts, so they put it up my legs.
Which you say to put it up your flute?
It was basically.
That's where she kept the antenna.
It was tickling me. It was a sex toy at that point. That's right. Yeah. So
morning, everybody.
Good morning. But I have this paranoia when I'm like talking with friends that someone's listening. So I would turn it off, and then I turn it back on when when you're not in the loo. You know where this is going. Yeah. So I was sitting there talking to a bunch of guy friends who were on the set, and I was like, we're about to shoot. Oh, sorry, I'm just turning myself on.
Quiet ones are the worst.
Nothing can beat that in the history
I often
forever.
think the quietest man on set is the man at the sound receiving desk. Yes. He's a guy, Chris, he never really speaks to anyone, and like he knows everything about all of us. Yep. He has heard us poop, pee, talk shit, and fanny about.
And turn ourselves on.
Exactly. So that's truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question's for Kim and Briana, because last year you said, because you swore so much at the first time you came here, you got a swearing notice. Did you get one again this year?
No.
That wasn't because we swore too much at the convention.
No, the swearing notice was basically Warner Brothers saying, hey, we're trying to sell a show based on you guys, and it's really, really, really hard to walk into a a meeting with CW and be like, their chemistry is awesome and they really respond to the fans. Ready? Fucking cut shit! Fuck ass! Goddamn motherfucker! Huh? What about it? You want to buy it, don't you? We should give them a show, huh? What do you think?
I think they should make a doll, a Kim doll, and you press it and it goes, fuck, fuck, fuck.
It like swears for you.
That's
what that was
yeah.
about.
So we toned it down when they were trying to sell a show, and they don't have to sell the show anymore. So now we're making up for it.
Thank you. Fuck yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
My question is for Ruth. Your dancing career, you were a choreographer and a dancer, and I was wondering if...
Oh, that kind of dancer? Well, I want to hear more.
Say past tense, my friend.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is. I was wondering if you still enjoy doing that, or if it's kind of gone by the wayside since shooting Supernatural?
It's gone by the wayside because I'm an old decrepit fart.
No.
Unfit. But it was amazing this year when I got to do a little bit of this tango. It was so amazing that I got to move again, and I loved it. And I've been saying for about a year that I want to do more. I want to do more, and I'm actually really interested in dance and older people. They did this show a couple of years ago in London, and they had a person, a human from every decade. They had an 80-year-old, Juliette Binoche was the 50-year-old. I'm really interested in what it is to move and be expressive at whatever age, in whatever physical shape that you're in, as I deteriorate. So I'm interested in it. I fucking miss the connection with my body. I miss being able to do the splits. I used to have dreams as a dancer when I was rolling about inside splits. I miss that. So I hope I find some goddamn self-discipline to make myself do it. Thank you for your question, and harass me online, harass me and ask me.
Okay.
I follow all these dancers' accounts on Instagram. I follow so many, and I see people moving and doing their thing, and I'm like, come on, come on, do it. And
Cupcakes are always motivation.
Yeah, cupcakes. I'm allowed a cupcake after I move.
Yeah.
And so you know these other conventions that we're going to be doing, what they called next year. Am I?
I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you know we're doing the ones with Misha, and we're
The
doing
Give Back tour.
The Give Back tour. I'm going to do some kind of dance with everyone. Flash mob. I'm going to make you all move your asses.
Step ball change. I don't remember the rest of it, but I remember that part.
So anyway.
One of my favorite memories of Ruth is, I think it was, I feel like it was Minnesota like 2 years ago. Minnesota. And I don't think we'd even been doing the conventions a year, and I think I knew you were a dancer. I don't even know that I knew, but we're literally in the green room, and I look over, and Ruth's just fucking doing a handstand against a wall. And I was like, pardon? What the fuck is happening over here? And she's just like, I just needed a wee stretch. I was like, when you fucking bend over and stretch. It was amazing. Loved it. That's when I knew. She could do things I never could do.
I'm going to throw my Rachel 2 cents on everything that was just being said, because I love dancing so freaking much, and it's so freeing. It's actually not dissimilar. I used to ride horses too. It's not dissimilar to like making a leap or something with your horse, and that momentary feeling of complete freedom. And one of the problems with dance as an art is it is so graceful and beautiful and aesthetic that we have this ideal in our head, and if we can't reach that, we don't let ourselves move in that way and feel that feeling. And so I love what you were saying. I think we have to take ourselves outside of that watching and being perfectionists and just remember what it is to feel that freedom.
I agree. I would rather see someone who, for example, really can't move. I'd rather see somebody truthfully move their arm and mean it than somebody whack their leg behind their head and they don't.
Absolutely.
It's exactly the same thing as acting, as horse riding, as mountaineering, as drawing. It's that feeling of being in the flow in the moment. And that's we can all dance.
Yeah. And it's finding that freedom. Like, I know I still dance alone in my room, and I have a lot of trouble. One of my biggest issues is with coordination. So I had to get over the fact that I don't have the grace I once did as a dancer. But there's no one watching me, and I can, just listen to the music and be moved and still find that freedom. And that's all. I just wanted to share that because I think it's so freaking important for all of us to connect to that, regardless of that judgment from the outside of whether it looks the way we think it should.
I think there's a huge difference, and I encourage everyone to find their own version of this. For me, there's a huge difference between expressing myself and expecting something from a response. Like, I either am in my truth or I'm in your response, really, your judgment, exactly. So giving myself the gift, oh good, here we go.
Hey, join the club, join the club.
If everyone could give themselves the gift to cherish their expression rather than receive other people's judgment, we would be fucking brilliant. So that's what I would like to be.
And I'm just going to tie it in because I think that's why we all curse like sailors. Because there's such an insistence that, you know what, it's not about what people are thinking of us from the outside, it's about what we're being and giving from the inside. So, like, if you notice, just to give an indication of how amazing these human beings are, I come up that long ramp. They refused to just come up the steps, which is the much easier route. They all came up the ramp with me so we could be together, which is just an indication of their amazing hearts. And so I think there's an insistence that, yeah, we can do that, we can be there for each other, but we can also say fuck. Because it's not just about the way whether someone thinks we're nice or not. So yeah, that was it.
Thank you for your question about Ruth.
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Hi. My question is mainly to Rachel.
It's easier that way because then I don't have to just jump on other people's questions.
We don't have to go, I don't know, Rachel?
Okay, who was your favorite Harry Potter character?
That's an excellent question. I want to say something obscure, but Hermione has my heart because I love that character and she speaks to me and she let me be myself in so many ways and made it okay that I am who I am. Because as we were joking about, I've always been the kid with the hand up in the classroom. So yeah, I think hands down she's got to be my favorite. What about you?
I'm a major Slytherin, so either Draco or Snape are my two favorites.
Snape is amazing.
Snape is a heart. He's just so sweet, like to Draco and to Harry, even though he wasn't like too sweet like to his face.
Well, yeah.
It's like.
But also, though, I think your taste in character speaks to exactly what we're talking about. Is they might not like Snape allowed himself to be vilified by everyone for a lifetime and never gave the appearance of being good, but if it wasn't for his bravery and goodness, no one would have been, succeeded in what they were trying to do. So
Can I chime in?
Yeah, sure.
Knowing the least about Harry Potter, probably, about how much I love
Harry Potter belongs to everyone.
How much we're talking about women who inspire us, like J.K. Rowling, I follow on Twitter. She created all of these characters, they're all within her, and it's so refreshing that she has the best qualities of her best characters in her. I see what she does and what she speaks up for. Fucking love her. even though I haven't read her book. I went a bit Rachel and us, didn't I?
Thank you.
Perfect.
Hi. So I asked Rachel this yesterday, but I wanted to get your input too. If you could give any character in Supernatural just like this enormous, big, comforting hug, who would you hug?
Oh, I want to hear your answers. If we could hug anybody in Supernatural, who would we hug?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Just one person?
That's what I said. I was like, there's so many damaged people that really need hugs.
Sam.
There's 4 of you.
Rowena would hug Sam.
Since there's 4 of you, you can just like, you can all hug somebody.
We need to like divvy it up.
Yeah.
I want to do something else with Jen. And Misha could do with a hug. Sorry. I just want to hug them all. Sorry. I'm just going to go.
Yeah. In hot water. I guess I would hug Cass. I only say I guess because I think that there are other people I'd like to hug. I just think Cass would be so confused. I think it would be funny.
I'd like to hug Mary. Like, fuck. Just fuck. Talk about it being hard to be a mom. Dude, I just think she deserves, I was gonna say Dean, actually, because Jody, I think, would most like to hug Dean. She sees underneath all those layers of, you know what, if we're gonna go out, let's go out the right way. And this is just how it is being a hunter, and everything's fine, and she sees under it and is like, you're hurting. God, if I could actually comfort you, I would. But Kim thinks fucking Mary needs a hug.
Is that because you really like Sam and you want to
It's also because I like to hug
Sam is a
Sam.
good hugger. She is one of the loveliest fucking women I have ever met.
Absolutely.
Man, oh man. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. You're all awesome. But
you're awesome.
Thank you. I think the band's coming, so I'll act quick. This question is for Ruth, but in the spirit of your whole fun atmosphere this morning, what is...
I like that name. Fun atmosphere.
What exactly...
Fun badge atmosphere.
Exactly. What exactly is fifth base?
Darling, there's only one way to find out.
Go get her. Go get her. Go get her.
I'm dying to know the one way to find out.
This seems so much fun.
What was the,
Gosh, so many thoughts swirling.
Robots can feel awkward.
I didn't know there was a fifth base.
Welcome to our panel.
I love it. I love it. This is what it's become. It's fantastic. Good people of Pittsburgh. How about that for a panel right there? Kim Rhodes, Ruth Connell, Briana Buckmaster, and Rachel Miner. There you go. Baby, move down the ramp, they go, they all go together. Wait a minute, for a woman that we like a lot, but we put the belly red.